When we look at a project, I can take almost any kind of pasture improvement or ranch improvement project, and I can show that in the long term, that would be it would improve profitability. But there's two sides to doing these improvement and development projects. One of them, is it financially feasible? Is it economically valuable to do it? And the other one is, how are you going to pay for it? And for most of us, that's a cash flow situation. The types of ranch improvements that we're going to talk about over the next few days, there aren't very many bankers that lend money for those type of projects because there's no liquidity to them. And they don't necessarily add to the capital value of the land in the prevailing real estate market. And so we might do a budget and say, okay, in 7 years this is going to pay out. A lot of us don't have 7 years of flexibility. So we got to figure out, how do we do something that in a single year, or maybe at most 3 years, is going to be completely recover our investment. Now, if you make an investment in some kind of ranch improvement like stock water development, fencing, those sorts of things, they're going to have a much longer life than the horizon over which you're trying to recover your capital investment. So if you make a $50,000 investment in ranch improvements, and it does in fact raise productivity and increases your gross margin, if you pay that off in 2 years' time, the next 15, 20, 25 years that you're managing the place and that tool is still working for you, you've got a better margin in all those future years. Like I said, we can pencil it out and say, oh yeah, in 7 years and 15 years it pays off, but we got to get it paid off a whole lot faster than that, just because it's our money tied up in there. So we do this here. I am very much about planning and crunching numbers. I am a spreadsheet geek. I don't know how I became that way. Well, actually I do know. A lot of the tools that I use in my consulting business, I actually developed in the early and mid 80s, and I've just been refining them. When we, were making a decision about to buy more property to expand our operation in Missouri, I had to figure out whether or not this was going to work. So, yeah, if it won't work on paper, it probably won't work out on the ground.